Cheap Not Broke on Instagram and TikTok at Cheap Not Broke.
Cheap Not Broke Fam. What's happening? Welcome back. It is Wednesday. Cheap Not Broke Live. Yeah, you know the deal. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Help us grow on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We need 20,000 subscribers. We are at 1,348. We need 20,000 subscribers. Tell a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend to subscribe to Cheap Not Broke. We really appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button while you're here. Thank you. All right, what we talking about? We get right into it. We ain't like them other YouTube pages that take you all down the rabbit hole. We get right to it. What we talking about tonight? Read your credit report. You need to read your credit report. You need to read your credit report. It's important. A lot of people don't read it. People check it here and there. So we're gonna read the credit report. Shout out to one of our regular listeners, Josh Brown, who suggested the topic today. Shout out to him. And yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about a credit report. Why you need it? I mean, hell, you know that thing. Credit report just as important as your ID card. You know you got to have good credit. Everybody tell you about that. Make sure your credit's good. Make sure your credit this and that and the fifth. But hell, they don't ever tell you about don't mess up your credit. You know, you shouldn't do that. People tell you how to repair it, how to fix it. But how do you not mess it up? Well, look at the credit report. You got to read the credit report. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. So I have a company, Stress Money Less Financial Literacy Company. Teach how to read your credit report, how to budget, how to maintain a decent, healthy lifestyle with the money that you have. Stress money less. When you stress money less, you don't worry as much. Yes, stress money less. So I have a workshop, a workshop that I created a long time ago. Top 10 credit needs to knows. Top 10 things that you need to know about your credit report. And I haven't been in this thing in quite some time. So I was surprised, like, dang, it's changed quite a bit. But we're going to go through that thing tonight. We're going to go through that. But first, before we go through that, how many people actually check their credit report? I know a lot of people don't even check it that much. They just forget about it. Like, I check mine like a couple times a week. I got to know what's going on. It's important because, you know, especially with all the fraud and all the information that a person can get from you nowadays. They can get your social security card, social security number, address, name, and they can go on a spending spree. That's not what you want. And a lot of times the first time you're going to find out about this stuff is on your credit report. Unless, you know, you got a credit card or something like that, you'll figure that out because you'll notice the transactions. But if, you know, somebody opens something up on your credit report, like, I don't know, they get an apartment in your name or they open up something, anything, it's going to hit your credit report. And if you don't have credit monitoring, you won't know. You won't know. It's not like they're going to call you up, hey, you know, there's some suspicious activity in your credit report. No, you have to have credit monitoring or monitor it yourself and see what suspicious activity is going on so you can know if somebody's playing with you. Because you know these people out here scamming. They scamming bad. And we don't want no problem with that because that's going to cost you a lot of money. You got to pay to get it fixed. You got to get it fixed because it's important. So the whole credit scamming thing is really one reason to check your credit report. Another reason to check your credit report, make sure it's accurate because they'll have stuff on there that don't belong. Some things that belong in there. You know, you might have something, an old bill, a cell phone bill. You can have a defaulted student loan, old car loan, medical bill. Medical bills are big. All these things can be sitting on your credit report. You won't know it. Your credit report will be sitting in the toilet because it's not like you're going to get if your credit report goes below 300, you know, files below 600, they're going to send you a letter. They're not going to say anything to you. That is your responsibility to go check this stuff out and know. And if you don't do that, then you're not going to know. So you got to check your credit report. It's important. It's very important to check your credit report. Now, where do you do that? Where can you check your credit report? You can check your credit report where I like to go. It's quite a few places, but Experian.com, Experian allows you to check your credit report for free. Now, you only get to check one. You only get your Yeah, Experian report. Right. Yeah, that's it. You only get your Experian report. I'm not going to log in because I'm not going to show you my credit report because you don't need to see all my personal information. But yes, you go to Experian, you can go there and get your free credit report. They say you can only get one annual credit report a year. Not true. You can get your credit report whenever you want. You might have to pay for it. So what? It's only a few dollars. But if you need to know that information, you pay for that credit report. That's what you got to do. Pay for that credit report so you know. Now you got three credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Those are the three credit bureaus. Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Those are the ones that pretty much get your credit score. And what happens is, like we were talking about data last night, they basically sell all your data to everybody so they can get your credit information. So that's how do they get all this information? They got to get it from somewhere. And how do the credit bureaus get all this information? Somebody's giving it to them. Well, they're paying for it, and then they sell it to other people. That's how you get all these credit cards and all this stuff in the mail, because they're selling me your information. How do you know I'm qualified for a credit card? MasterCard, Visa, Discover. How y'all know all that? Credit bureau, selling your information again, just like what we talked about last night. That's what they're doing. But that's here nor there. Okay, so let's get through this. Let's go through this PowerPoint, shall we? Let's go through this PowerPoint. Damn, let me open it back up. It ain't open. Let me find it. Yeah, this thing used to be cool, man. I used to go through this. Still do. I don't promote it as much as I need to, as I used to. But I used to go through this whole PowerPoint slide with everybody. Anybody who want to know anything about credit, people just ask me all kind of questions. Call me. Hey, man, can you help me with my credit report? You got to pay for that. It ain't free. It's not free. Let's see. Let's go. Slideshow. Bam. All right. Let's see if it'll let me share it. It probably won't let me share it as is. But that's all good. We're going to still share it. Entire screen. Let's see. Nope. I don't want to share that. Tab. All right. Bam. And let's see. View. Slideshow. All right. There it is. Boom. Stress Money Credit Camp. That's what it used to be called. I changed the name, but that's what it was originally called. Stress Money Credit Camp. All right. Let's go through this real quick. Cool. So, like I said before, first thing you need to know about your credit report, you need to go to three credit bureaus. What are three credit bureaus? Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Like I said, you can get Experian for free. You can go to Experian, sign up for free, and they'll only give you this report. Now, if you pay $29.99 a month, they'll give you Equifax and TransUnion. You can probably get this one for free as well, but they're not going to give you all two. If you want all three at the same time, you got to pay. Nobody's going to give you all three at the same time. Now, thing is, these all have a different scoring system. So your Experian score might be different from your Equifax score, might be different from your TransUnion score. They weigh everything differently, so you're not going to have a same score all across the board. Then you got your Vantage score. When you get on like Credit Karma, that's like a mix of these two. TransUnion, Equifax, it's a mix of a couple of scores, so that's not the same. So it's really hard to go one place and find the same score everywhere. Very difficult. All right. Your credit score can be between 300, the worst, and 850. 300 and 850. So that's what your credit score is, between 300, 850. If you got a 300 credit score, I don't know what the hell you got to do to get a 300 credit score. I don't even know if that's real. I don't even know if you can get down that low. If you get down this low, something wrong. Call somebody. But no, you really had to really mess up your credit score. Even if you don't have any credit, it's still not going to be this bad. I don't know anybody that's ever got down to 300. I've seen the 4s, not the 3. Highest, 850. 850, that means you got perfect credit. Now, to have perfect credit, you got to probably have some kind of debt. This is a system of debt. So if you don't owe nobody, your score ain't going to be perfect. You got to owe somebody. That's just how it goes. We're in a system of debt. Everybody owes this person and owe that person, and that's how credit works. That's why it's called credit. I give you the money, you pay me back. Boom. But in order to have a perfect score, you got to owe somebody. Like, you got to have a house. You got to have a healthy credit mix. A person that has no debt, they don't like you because you're not making no payments and nobody's making no money off of you. You're not ideal, but that's how it goes. So 850, 300, boom. There you go. That's what you got for there. All right. Next slide. Credit accounts. You got 5 types of credit accounts. Okay. You got your mortgage. That's when you buy your house. Mortgage. That's probably your longest outstanding. That's the biggest kind of credit account you can get is a mortgage. Mortgage is like 20, 30 years, long time. It's fixed rate usually. I mean, if you get an adjustable rate mortgage, you're crazy. You shouldn't do that. But mortgage is probably your longest lasting, your biggest credit account. Then you have a loan, like car loan. Car loan, 5 years. I don't know about 7. You might just get a loan for home repairs. People get loans for all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. Personal loan, get a couple years to pay it back, 2 years, 1 year, 5 years. Next type of credit account. Next one, student loans. Student loans, another type of credit account. These are specifically for education. So they know when you see a student loan, you went to school for this. So that's not hard to figure that out. Credit cards. Credit cards are short-term loans. You have revolving, and then you have what's it? Revolving? I forgot the other one. Revolving. Oh, you have revolving and charge card. Sorry, yeah, revolving. Correct. 2 type of credit card. You have a charge card and you have a revolving card. Revolving card is like a card you just pay the minimum and you can just pay on it forever. Charge card, like American Express, pay that shit off. They don't play that. Hey, American Express want their money in full every 30 days. They're not playing with you. They want their money. Now they got great perks. Don't get me wrong. But American Express is a charge card, which means you have to pay the balance off every 30 days to zero. They don't go do that carrying the balance kind of stuff. That's not what American Express does. And the last one, long-term loans. Long-term loans. That's like, PPE loan, plant property equipment, 20-year loan. You get a loan for like a building, get some type of long-term lease, something like that. These are your 5 type of credit accounts. Mortgage, house, loan, short-term loan, probably under 12, 24 months. Long-term loan, over 24 months. Credit cards, short-term loans, either you don't pay them off at all, or you have a charge card, you pay it off every 30 days. Student loans, just for school. Those are your 5 type of loans. Any questions, anybody? Any questions? No. Okay, next slide. We're going to keep it moving. All right, next slide. Usage rate. You want to keep your usage rate down. You want to keep your usage rates under 30%, which means if you go, let's say you got $1,000 credit card and you use 300, you are at 30%. 30% of 1,000 is 300. So you use 300 of that, bam, credit score might drop. You don't want that. You got $1,000 credit card and you use $500. Now you're at 50%. Your credit card's going to drop unless that's your only card. Now, if you have a lot of cards, like 4 or 5 cards, and you have like a $20,000 available balance on all your cards, you're using 30% on one card ain't gonna kill you. It's not no big deal. You just want to make sure you have enough credit available to you. You want to have like $50,000, $100,000 credit available to you. But some people go get these savings secure cards, and you only get like $1,000, $500, and you use $200 on that, $250. You're at 50%. You're maxing that card out, and you can't even. They don't want you to max the card out. You never want to max the card out. Always keep it under 30%. Pay the balance off in full. You won't have any problems. Basically, a credit card is a 30-day loan. That's all you want to do, pay it off. Collections start after 90 days. So 30 days, you're late, you get charged late fee. Then you have 60 days and 90 days. 90 days, they're assuming you're not going to get the money back. That's a quarter. That's 1 quarter. That's 3 months. If somebody don't pay you after 3 months, you're going to assume I'm probably not going to get this money back. So that's what you do. You get up out of there. That's what you do. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, I have 815 right now. Equifax 7918. That's still considered excellent. Oh, yeah. Hey, Jake, that's why you want to know about credit, because you got good credit. Check that out. Josh Brown with the amazing credit. They took some points off because I rarely use my personal card. Exactly. Yeah, they want you to use the debt. You got to use some debt. If you don't use no debt, they don't want to hear about that. So let's go. All right. Let's keep it moving. 2 types of credit cards, like I said. Charge card. Oh, and a lender's card. That's the card that you can just keep going. It's a revolving card. Just keep paying the minimum balance. You just keep paying on it forever. Now, you might pay way more in interest than what you want to. Now, you might have a card you pay on 10 years and never pay it off. You'll pay, the balance would be $1,000, but you pay 5 in interest because you never paid the card off. So don't do that. But these are the 2 types of card: charge card, lender's card. Now you got 2 important dates. You got the payment date. That's the date that you pay on your credit card. That's the date the balance is due. That's the day that you need to pay the credit card unless you're going to get late fee. So the card may be due on the 17th. No problem. The reporting date The date that they turn over the report to the credit bureau might be 5-6 days later. So your credit card might be due on the 5th, 17th. Reporting date might be 25th. So if you pay the balance down to zero on the 17th, you run the balance back up by the 23rd, they're going to report the balance is high on the 23rd. You didn't do anything. So you have to wait for the reporting date. 2 different dates when it comes to your credit card. Payment date, that's the day you pay your bill. Reporting date, that's the day they turn the report over to the credit bureau. So that's when, and then you got your statement date. The statement date is the date the statement closes. So you got 3 dates. The day you pay your bill, payment date. Second date, statement date, the date your statement closes. Third date, reporting date, the date they report to the credit bureau. 3 dates. I don't have statement date on here, but it's important. All right. Credit inquiries. You have 2 types. Hard inquiry, soft inquiry. Soft inquiry, that's when we want to know what you got going on. Apartment, credit check, job, just doing a credit check. Soft inquiry is a credit check. Hard inquiry, you're trying to get some money. You're trying to get a credit card. You're trying to get a loan. You're trying to get a house. You're trying to get a car. This is when you're applying for money. When you apply for money, it's a hard inquiry. And they stay on there for a couple years, like 5, because they want to know, 2 years. 2 years. They want to know how often you're applying for money. Now, soft inquiry, it'll go away like 30 days. Because somebody's just verifying to see what your credit looks like, but that's it. No big deal. Major credit score factors. Now, this has changed. Since I made this has changed. But at the time, it was your payment history. How often are you paying on your credit card? Credit history. How long? How much length? What period of time you have credit? 5, 10 years, 6 years, 7 years. That usage rate. How often are you using your credit card? That's what they want to know. 3 things. Payment history. How often are you paying? This is like your payment history on every time on month. Are you paying on time? Credit history. How long have you had your credit? And usage rate. How much are you using your credit? Boom. And that's it. That's it. In and out. In and out. I have good credit. Oh, yes, we know that. We know that, Mr. Hall. We know your credit is amazing. But yeah, that's basically it right there. In and out. Go through there. Show you this overview on your credit. I used to teach you stuff. I used to go really, 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 really far into depth with that stuff. I don't do it as much anymore, but I still know the credit game very, very well. Bottom line is this. Long story short, don't overspend. Don't spend more than what you got. Don't spend more than what you got. Okay, that's the only way you're going to end up in debt, if you spend more than what you got. That's how it happens. You don't do that, you're straight. So manage your funds. Don't do that. Don't be paying on your credit card late. Don't be making the minimum payment. And don't pay for stuff that you can't afford. Other than that, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And then medical bills. Now, if you got medical bills, you want to make sure you stay on top of that, because you don't want to get hit with that. Because a lot of people get hit with medical bills and they're not even aware of it. Like, you think your insurance is covering something and they're not. Then you're left on the hook with it. It's no good. So that's how that goes. All right. That's credit. That's just a quick overview. Now I can talk about this stuff for like an hour or 2. Really go into detail, but we're not going to do that. Just want to go give you a brief overview on your credit and just let you know you need to check it and stay on top of it. Now, I'll probably do a separate show and pull up a credit report and show you how to actually go through the credit report. Because that's like that. That'll be a whole show by itself. That'll be like an hour show. Get some sample credit reports. Go through those, show you how to read a credit report, find you some different examples of this and that, show you how to, talk about credit letters. I ain't gonna show you how to write credit letters because I still like that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, writing your credit letters, all that good stuff. And you have to study stuff like crazy. But I started doing other things. Cheap Not Broke started evolving to other things, started talking about living life at your price and just how to just doing other things. So it's more than Cheap Not Broke than credit, but Cheap Not Broke used to be all credit, but it's way more than that now. Oh, yeah, I got footed with the $900 bill thinking your insurance is covered. Right, and you don't know. And by the time this happens, so much time has passed. A lot of time passed, and nobody lets you know anything. Your insurance company is not going to tell you anything, and you'll get a bill from your provider or whoever did the work, and you're like, damn, what happened to my insurance? Call your insurance. Oh yeah, that case is closed. We closed that claim. You're on your own. Nasty game. But medical debt could be a real thing. Credit card debt, not so much. Just pay it off. Pay it off every month. Don't use more than what you can afford. Boom. That's simple. Most people get in trouble with credit card debt. Most people get in trouble with credit card debt. Credit card debt is a real thing. Hell, I've had some. I'm paying off some right now. Almost done though. Yes, almost done. But yeah, got us some credit card debt. Had to pay it off, and it's no fun. You got late fees, and they're charging you all that interest. Oh, all that interest, man. They're making all that money off interest off of you. It's ridiculous. I actually have a spreadsheet that'll show you how you pay off your credit card debt. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring it on here one day. One day I'm gonna do it on here online. Show you guys how I do it because it really gives you visibility in everything that's going on with your credit report. I mean your credit card statement. It shows you how much you're paying off, how much interest is being charged, what's going to principal. Because your statement doesn't show you any of that, but this does. So yeah, it's all good. And that's credit. That is credit for you all, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you want to go into detail, we can really go into detail. But drop a comment, let me know if y'all want me to one day go into break down a credit report to show you actually how to read it. I can show you actually how to read it. But we're not going to get into all that tonight. Right now, we're going to ask you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and go to cheapnotbroke.com. That's what we're going to do right now. And we're going to go take a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Right back to interesting news. Word from the sponsors as soon as I can find them. Where'd they go? Here they go. What's up, people? Thank you for tuning back into my channel. I got some new merch for you. I got hats, I got mugs, and I got the new Cheap Not Broke shirt with the patch on them. This stuff is official. I got it hot off the press, sewn on just for you. I got black, red, and white. Head over to cheapnotbroke.com and grab your merch. All right, we are here with interesting news. And boom, let's get started. WNBA reports gets $200 million per year. They're getting $200 million here. WNBA will receive about $200 million a year as a part of the NBA's recently approved media rights deals, according to multiple reports. Even with the annual increase of around $140 million, the new number still concerns the executive director of WNBA Players Union. Executive Director Terry Jackson said in a statement that the WNBA being undervalued by $2.2 million over 2 years. Well, you can only be valued at but what they want to pay you. So if they're not paying that, then you can't be valued at that. I think it's a good step in the right direction. Pay these ladies some money. But I don't know. I don't watch WNBA. It just don't do nothing for me. It just don't. And football season's about to start. Everything's going to be on football. Y'all know that. So I'm not really a big fan of WNBA, but it is what it is. I think they should get paid, but you got to, generate some buzz. And they're doing that. So I think as time goes on, they'll still make more money. They'll still continue to grow. They'll still continue to find people who want to see them. But yeah, it's just a tough game, man. But they're growing. It takes time. The WNBA wasn't what it is now. It wasn't what it is in the 70s, what it is now. Those guys weren't making the same amount of money. A lot of these guys make way more money than Michael Jordan. LeBron James makes way more money than Michael Jordan. It's because as time goes on, things happen, people get paid. And it's the time for the WNBA's, the ladies, but you can't compare them to the men. They've been around a lot longer. You just can't compare them to the men. I don't think that's fair. I don't think it makes sense, but that's what they're doing. And wow, whatever. Yes. Oh yeah, this is something. We were talking about nepotism. Remember we were talking about nepotism, Bronny James? Well, apparently Jaylen Brown doesn't think so. I don't know if you heard in the news, Jaylen Brown was heard saying, I don't think Bronny James is a bro. He has the right to think that. I mean, based off of what you see, he hasn't done anything yet. Hopefully he will. We'll see. But hey, it is what it is. The man is doing the best that he can. Nobody said he's supposed to be LeBron James. We'll see. But there's other stories. They just because it's LeBron kid, they just keep beating this story in the ground. You got other stuff out there to talk about. There's other things. I guess all the trades have gone on, so you don't really have any trade talk right now. There's a lot of other stuff to talk about than LeBron James. And he doesn't really have much to talk about because he doesn't have any stats. He doesn't have any stats. So let it be. Yeah, his dad got him in the league, but you still got to prove yourself. I don't care whoever put you on. You still got to prove yourself to stay there. Anybody can put you anywhere, but you got to prove yourself to stay there. And if he don't prove himself, he won't be there. But he's gonna get that $7 million. He's gonna get that $7 million. So I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. I wish I can get. But my dad can put me on $7 million. I'm going to take it. I don't care what y'all say about me. But my dad put me on a lot of other stuff. So I'm grateful for that. Shout out to my dad who's watching right now. What you need to know about Spirit airline fees. So this is a breakdown of Spirit airline fees. Okay. This is how much Spirit is charging you. This is how much Spirit is charging you. All right. What you need to know about Spirit airline fees. Here's a little table right here. When bags are paid for. Let's see. While bag fees can actually fluctuate, here's what Spirit bags look like when the Afro Minuet $26 flight between Seattle and Las Vegas. Let's see. I guess we pay from a bags booked on Spirit.com, $35. First check bag, $42. During check-in, $45. At the gate, $65. Yeah, at the gate, $65. I've seen them charge $100. I've seen them charge $100 for this. This is crazy. And assuming that your baggage weighs 50 pounds or less, here are additional fees you will pay per transferring a large heavy bag. Bag between 51 and 100 feet, they charge you $125 if your bag is over 50. If your bag is measured between 60 and 80 linear inches, 150, damn. Over 80 linear, why I keep saying linear? Over 80 linear inches, 150. A bicycle, 75. Surfboard, maximum 2 surfboards, $100. Oh man. Here's how much a typical bag fee costs on the same flight if you're a member of the Spirit Savers program. $26. Okay, that's not bad, but at the gate, $65. You're still paying the same thing, and you're part of the Spirit Savers program. The big front seat's about $40. Yeah, Spirit's nickel and diming you, but Spirit's struggling. Spirit's really struggling, man. They're not making a lot of money. Spirit's hurting. The reason why Spirit's hurting because everybody else can do what they do. Delta, United, they all got the basic fare too. Just like Spirit says, okay, you can get on, pay buy the cheapest flight, and not pay for bags and no seat. Delta Airlines is doing it too. So is United. Everybody else is doing it. And they got better service and they have first class. Spirit don't have that. I think Spirit would be better if they just had better customer service. It's not the money that bothers me. It's the customer service. The people act like they don't want to be there. They got an attitude. You've flown with Spirit before. I just flew with Spirit to Vegas. Y'all saw the video recently. What happened? We were trying to go out. We were about to take off. And we taxied around, then we stopped, then we turned around. I said, why the hell we turned around? Pilot says, oh my God, due to weather conditions, we have to go back to the gate and get more fuel because there's a possibility we might have to circle around when we get to Las Vegas. I'm like, what? So we had to go back and get more fuel, which is understandable because they knew what was going to happen. They didn't tell us though. Vegas is only 45 minutes away from LA. We left LA, flew to Vegas, 45 minutes. We get there. We're about to land. The landing gears are down. We're about to land. All of a sudden, the pilot hits the engines. We go back up. We're flying out of there. Then he tells us we have to go fly in a holding pattern for 30 minutes because it's raining in Las Vegas. Therefore, we flew in a holding pattern for like 30 minutes. We left 30 minutes. I got there an hour late. Only Spirit. Did we get any compensation? Nope, we did not. Nothing. Not a thing. Spent an extra hour on there, all because Spirit didn't have their shit together. Ain't that something? But that's no surprise. That's how they do it. That's how they take care of business. Whatever. I don't fly with them that much. Only if I'm going somewhere really close and it's like $30-$40, I'll fly with them. But other than that, I'm not flying with Spirit. Y'all flying with Spirit? Let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know if you're flying with Spirit. I did my time on Spirit. Now, sometimes Spirit, they only got the time that you need. Like if I need an overnight flight and they only one that got it, I might have to consider it. But it's going to take a lot of consideration because I'm not going to just do that. I'm not going to just do that. That's not what I'm trying to do. But anyway, on Spirit, interesting news. That was your interesting news. And tonight's topic was credit reports. Are you reading your credit report? Because they can put anything on there. You don't want to go check your credit report when it's time to go to an apartment, a house, or a car, and you didn't know all this BS was on there. Medical bill, phone bill, student loan debt, anything. It can be anything on your credit report. Some fraud, something that should have been, that's paid off, that's still on there. All kind of stuff. All kind of stuff would be on there. So, you want to make sure you're checking your credit report. You don't want no problems. You don't want no issues with this stuff. You want to make sure it's taken care of. And just go, like I said, go to Experian.com. You can go check your credit report for free anytime you want. Now, it's only going to give you one report. It's not going to give you all three. If you want all three, you have to pay. Your three credit bureaus are TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. There we go. I had a brain fart. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Say it with me. You already got it. So you have those three. Credit report. You have your credit report. You have the payment date and the statement date. Payment date is the day you pay your bill. Statement date is the date the statement closes. Reporting date is the day that they hand over the bill. They hand over the report to the credit bureau. That's what that is. In a nutshell. And other than that, just make sure you pay stuff on time and you won't have no problems with your credit. Just don't get in over your head. Spending more money than what you need to do, than what you should. But this is Cheap Not Broke. We don't do that. That's not what we do over here at Cheap Not Broke. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Josh Brown for picking our topic tonight. Shout out to Mr. Hall for commenting. And shout out to everybody else for watching. We're back on Monday. New topics, more stuff. We're back at it. That's what it is. Thank you all for subscribing to Cheap Not Broke. Head over to the Cheap Not Broke website. Please check it out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We thank you all. Go to Instagram. Check me out as well. Come check me out at a comedy show. Check me out at a comedy show. If you want to come out and laugh, you're in Los Angeles, you're welcome to come out to a comedy show and come laugh with me and at me. But yes, we're going to be back on Monday night. I thank you all for tuning in. Have a happy, healthy, safe weekend. And we'll see you. Cheap Not Broke!